Welcome to another episode of Milsurp Tips here on Milsurp Minutes. Recently I picked up one of the West German made Walther P38s that Centerfire Systems had. This gun I'd say was a pretty good deal for what it's worth, but I had to replace it came with a broken firing pin, so that's what I'm going to do. I picked up a new firing pin along with some other spare parts from CD&N Sports. Something to know is that if anybody else has a Curio and Relic license like I do, CD&N Sports will offer you a dealer account that gives you automatic 10% off on everything in the store. Which for stuff that was this cheap, it really didn't make much of a difference, but it's cool. And also that's the other thing, they don't really have any Milsurp stuff or even old Curio and Relic era gun parts or guns, but they do have a bunch of Walther P38 parts for dirt cheap. Like this firing pin was maybe $6. I bought 2 slide stops for the sake of it because they were like $2 a piece. Some loaded chamber indicators for like another $1 a piece. I think I might do another order where I'll buy some extra slides just to have on hand, just because why not have them. So I'm going to start by doing a basic field strip of the gun, and then I'll show you how to take apart the slide and how to replace the firing pin. Gun's clear, set to decock, take your takedown pin, pull it forward. Gun comes apart, throw away the frame because we're not going to need that. Put the barrel away, we're not going to need that either, and the magazine. What we're going to work with here is the slide, and I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and show you up close exactly what I'm about to do here to get the slide apart. So the first thing we're going to have to do is remove this top plate here to get access to the rest of the slide. There's actually a surprising amount of stuff going on inside of here. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a screwdriver up under it like that, in front of the loaded cartridge indicator, and just pry up a little bit and push forward. There we go, like so. And with that, this top plate will come off, and then the rear sight will come off. Okay, so now we've got the dust cover and the rear sight, or this top plate and the rear sight off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and flip it over. This piece, which is your firing pin safety, will fall out. You just take that and set it off to the side. Now we have the loaded chamber indicator. Now you want to be careful with this because if you look right there, that's the firing pin spring. And it's very oddly shaped, and if you misshape it, it's very hard to get a replacement. So just be careful. So you want to just get this clear of the front face of the bolt face, and this thing will come free. And you pull the loaded chamber indicator out, and the spring's coming off, but we can working him off. Okay, and we've got the loaded chamber indicator, and he's done and out, and loaded chamber indicator spring. Okay, so with a punch we're going to knock out this pin from the bottom. It comes out, and out should come the firing pin. And there's the firing pin spring as a whole component. You can see it's kind of a oddly shaped piece. These are very difficult to replace. I have yet to see another one for sale, but there's our broken firing pin, and here's my new firing pin. And so we're just going to drop that in, and I'll cut back when I'm starting to work on reassembly. Alright, so now I've got my firing pin spring, firing pin retainer, and firing pin. And I'm going to start by putting the firing pin retaining spring back inside the channel of the slide here. Remember, it's important that you have this tab here facing forward on it. And also on this firing pin here, you have this slightly rounded off channel here and this completely square channel. This rounded channel is in the space that is going to be retained by the firing pin retainer pin. This is for the firing pin safety that goes in this channel. So the firing pin is going to be oriented with this divot facing up. And I'm going to cut back once I've got this, or I'm just going to get this on camera and I'll just... Okay, well it didn't take that long. So to reassemble the firing pin, or the loaded chamber indicator here, you have the wide end, that's the side that's going to face the chamber, and you're going to basically thread the spring back on if it came out under the firing pin. And what you're going to do is you're going to get it up under the spring, and get it to clear into the bolt face. And you're going to work it forward. It's a little tricky. And I said, be careful to not bend that spring because it's not replaceable basically. And there we go. It slips into place. I don't know if you could see what I was doing there exactly, but... So I cut there because I realized I assembled something wrong. So something to pay attention to with this firing pin retaining pin is it steps down and is turned down slightly on one end as opposed to the other. The side that's turned down is the side that needs to be facing up into the rear sight, or else your rear sight will not fit on properly. So, back to where I was before. Dropping in the firing pin safety, dropping in the rear sight, and working the dust cover back on. And now, let's just reassemble it. So we got a snap cap without the divot punched in at all, and that should we've got an indention. It's kind of hard to see, but the point is firing pin works now. I'm going to need to replace that mainspring, but I'm going to do that some other time once I've got it in. But that was just a little bit of work I was doing on a Milsurp handgun, and I figured I'd film it while I did it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.